Hello everybody, this is Do It in Car. Welcome back to another video. So while you guys were away, I went in during the weekend and added I think about 5 new vehicles. Um, One of them being a Mercedes AMG sports car, the other one being a Corvette. And then there was another one that I did add. I believe it was the yellow version of the Chevy Camaro 2020 Chevy Camaro. I'm not really sure which version it is. Lexus. It's a Lexus SUV that I added, and a couple other ones. I believe. I'm not really sure. But I basically went ahead and did that because I needed to kind of update the vehicles in the server a little bit, and I needed to kind of do a bit of maintenance work on the server. Oh, and I think one of my orders just updated. What is this? Awesome. It's one of the Matchbox orders that I got. Okay. And then I'm gonna dedicate tomorrow work to basically reorganizing my diorama. How are my shrimp doing? Saw one of them earlier. But I'm going to be working on my diorama here for like about an hour or so until I have to drop off my sister to work. But in terms of everything else, I think today in today's update, we're going to be working on the expansion into Rock Quarry Road and a little more into Southeast Raleigh. So it's going to be this area over here that we're going to work on. And I know I should work a little more in conjunction with the inner city areas, but I think for now this will be very plentiful until I get to a different project or a different area in the map, I would say, not different project. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for the map to load here a little bit and get some work done here, and just add a little bit more detail. I haven't really worked on the interstate a little like that a little too much. It's only been a little bit faded and distant, but we'll get there. We'll get there soon enough. Just give me time. I gotta figure out what's on the other side though. Because there does seem to be like a light over there on that side, but I don't know. Can't make sense of too much of what's over there. A lot of areas though, that's for sure, need to be added and worked on. Well, actually, let me go ahead and show you guys what's new. I'm gonna go to Roblox player and show you guys the new vehicles that I added on Saturday for Saturday's update. Let's go in here, and I'm gonna show you guys the newest vehicles on there. Got the Roblox server launched here. Not all the way, but somewhat. We're at the park and ride, the newest spawn point that has been added, with the new color variation of the red Mustang, which is a manual, by the way. My favorite color of the Porsche 911. 2 Tesla models right there. Oh, I got it in park. Go ahead and get out of this parking lot real quick. And like a lot of these areas do need to be improved. But they're not too bad, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. This bridge here, both of these need to be they need to be raised a little bit. Then go ahead and get on this turning lane. It's a bit of a tight squeeze there on that turn. Do some lane work on here, here too. And then we're gonna head over to the center here. Get off of this spawn point. And then here we are to the brand new spawn point. Or not the brand new spawn point, the spawn point here. So this here is the Dodge Demon, or the SRT. Brand new right there. This is the Chevy Camaro in Bumblebee Yellow. And then what else do we have over here? The Corvette over here. Of course, its front side opens there. Got a trunk that opens for the Corvette as well. I thought this model was a little bigger, but it isn't too bad. Got a door we could open on this Mercedes AMG. This free model was definitely a good find, I would say. And what else did I find? I think that's it in terms of new updates. But I'm gonna go in here and work on the Interstate 40 portion. Hopefully connecting Rock Quarry Road. And you know, I really should work on the connection with Lake Wheeler Road, but I don't know. But yeah, in terms of all new updates, that's pretty much all I have for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and go in here and work on the server a little bit here on camera and get some new areas finished and retouched and detailed and whatnot. So let's go ahead and see what we do here for the new updates. But yeah, like it took me a little bit of time to think about, you know, getting the PS5 and trying to buy it. Like, I know that I don't really play any video games like that on console, but I feel like I kind of had to. I feel like I kind of had to get the PS5 because I like out of all the video games that I want to play, the one that I've been anticipating the most is GTA 6. And I'm pretty sure everybody's hyped about it. I mean, I know I am, but man, oh man, oh man. It's going to be a very, very nice but hyped game, I would say, in general, for everything that it, you know, has to offer. And then I hope to get some updates done here, but my freaking roblox studio is acting up for some reason. It's not doing me any justice. I'm gonna check out my shrimp here. they don't really seem to be doing any activities. And I don't know what's up with my Roblox studio here. It's like acting up for some reason. Like, get with the program. And then there is quite a few other projects that I could work on besides Raleigh NC, but it would just take forever to go in there and optimize those other maps. So at the current moment, I'm just kind of figuring out what else to work on. Cause I could technically start a different Mile Drive project, but that will just take too fucking long. And I don't know what the issue with this is. Like, all I'm trying to do is update the map, bro. What the hell's going on? Shit is dead ass getting on my nerves. I don't know why it's taking forever. Takes forever just to go in there and freaking work on anything, really. Like, I'm just trying to update the damn game. Launch it. Just launch it, please. Like, I don't want to spend half an hour here just filming me just talking. And then for some reason, every time I launch this map, it says placeholder could not update. And I don't know what the issue with that is, because I know that I have tried to update everything on my studio, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have too many assets or I have too much stuff going on. I don't know. I could never figure that part out for the life of me. So I don't know. But in terms of everything else, we've got the map here. Got everything else that I could work on. That I probably should and could work on. But I just feel like tomorrow is probably gonna be the day where I go in here and I'm like, yes, we're going to get a lot of progress done. Cause today, like, I feel like I'm barely even scratching the surface. Like, sure, the idea sounds good. Plans sound good. Everything is supposedly in place. But it's like, I don't know what the hell my computer has going on. This might just be one of those projects that I just don't work on anymore. Or I just don't know what it is. Like, I feel like once I get my PS5 in the mail, when it officially gets here, I'll just start streaming on my PS5 instead of just being on my PC. And the thing is, like, I feel like that's the opposite thing for everyone, is they switch from PS5 just to game on the PC. But in my situation, I want to be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out. And I know I don't want to wait the extra year for them to just release GTA 6 on the PC. And so I'm just like, I kind of just want to be able to play it on the console. And then I don't know, and like the whole reason of my speculation is I don't know if I will be able to play it on the PC that I have right now. Because the PC that I have right now, it's currently running Windows 10 operating system. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to play GTA 6 on a Windows 10 running computer. And like, I think all my software is like 5 or 6 years old. I'm running on a NVIDIA 2060 or 2070, I'm not really sure. And i5 or i6, I'm not really sure what processor it is, but I know that I'm definitely not up there with the big leagues. But in terms of everything else, I just feel like I don't have a single advantage to even experiencing GTA 6 on this computer. Let alone I could barely even load a Minecraft world without the fucking computer acting like it's gonna explode on me. So I don't know. I don't know. It might just be time to officially call it in, and just be like, maybe PC gaming really isn't the answer for me. I just don't know. The advantages are there. Everything is there. I know that it's going to be good. I know that it's not going to be bad, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm gonna have to resort to just PC. I mean, it's called console gaming for now, like the old days, like the old caveman days. So I don't know. My game might be taking forever to load because of me just streaming. But all I'm gonna say is I really don't care. I really don't care, and I'm not bothering to even wanting to find out. So just let it be what it is, really. And the thing is, like, I feel like this side of the map doesn't get too much attention. But I just feel like the entire map that I have here, it doesn't get too much attention like that. Even though I'm literally on the server like almost every week. Or have been on the server for almost every week the past few months. And it's like, it feels like I'm barely scratching the surface to even designing the server to how it's supposed to be. And maybe I'm just stressing myself out, but I just don't know. So I know that I'm right here. And I feel like the most tedious part about building the interstate system in this game is the lines. And technically I could resort to just using an asset that already has road lines already inside of it. But I don't know, because if I go with that system, I would probably just confuse myself with the exact dimensions of certain areas, and I'd probably be like, well, I don't think this served my purpose too well. And the thing is, like, I focus half of my time on actually like developing events in the server and adding new cars that I don't realize to even make the big span of the area bigger. So I don't know. I don't know, but if this doesn't end up launching, or, well, I mean, not launching, but getting to the exact speed that I want, I'm just gonna probably have to end off the stream. Because I don't know what's going on my computer. It's like acting really slow. And it's just not doing it for me. And it's probably because I'm streaming, and it's probably, my computer's probably like, I'm trying to do this, and this and that, and da da da. Like, you see, this is exactly what I mean, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's probably because I'm streaming. But I have to end off the stream to try to get it to actually get to where I want it to be. Okay, there we go. It's now up to speed. Jeez, it took me 30 years to get to where I needed it to be. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous by the standards that I wanted to be in. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and launch this here. My Archimedes, my best friend. Get this to launch here, edit the road. It probably just takes forever to load because I'd be streaming all the time. but also because I just add too many cars every update chance I get. Which, I mean, I don't think it's too bad to update or add any cars to the server. It's more or less because I feel like there should be more quality of cars that there should be in the server, but I don't. I wouldn't know where to pinpoint the exact causes. Because the thing is, like, I look at other games, and, you know, you got Ultimate Driving, you got that one Illinois driving game, and a couple other ones in the mix, and I'm just like, I kind of want to be like them, but I don't want to be like them. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be a direct copycat, I just want to, like, do my own, you know, designs and systems and that sort of thing. But I definitely have like a little system going here, that's for sure. A little nice little system, nothing too extreme. Like, I know once I officially like finish the entire interstate build, or whatever it is that the specification of this interstate is, I know I'm gonna be relieved, but then I know I'm also gonna have more work on my back, and it's gonna be like, damn, I thought I was done. So yeah. But you know, working on a Roblox map, you know, it isn't bad, or it isn't too bad, because it's like you kind of have a bit of an escape of the real world. And to me, Roblox Studio is like my escape from the real world. So it's kind of where I kind of like, in a way, incorporate it into like a positive feeling, which is nice. Alright, there we go. I need to match up these lines first before I get any other different ideas of adding more stuff. So yeah, highways are a bit of a priority here in Mile Drive Raleigh NC. And that's because Mile Drive is going to be a driving simulator game, or is a driving simulator game. This game is up live, by the way, on Roblox. If anybody wishes to check it out, let me know what you think. But other than that, yeah, it is a pretty good game. I would say so myself if you're trying to explore what's it called? Probably the second biggest city in North Carolina, I would say. But other than that, that's all I really have to say for the entirety of the server, I would say. It's like as soon as you spawn in, you already know you're in a city of a lot of bad drivers. Cause like I made it so realistic. I made it so realistic to the point of where there's nothing but car crashes everywhere. And it's like kind of hilarious. Because that is like literally what you see, like that is literally all you see out here, is just like car crashes and stuff. Pretty sure that's everywhere, but still. It's quite funny. Alright, now I need to dye this. Probably do like a yellowish color. There we go. And then a bit of a whitish on that side. There we go. Now I don't have an excuse of having to go in here and redo whatever. And I think it's like this tool right here, it comes in really clutch. Cause it like serves me so well not to have to go back and like manually do this myself. And it's just so nice. It's just so nice. It's probably gonna take forever just to go in here and like detail out all the lines and stuff that I need to add. And then that lane, I believe, continues. Am I right? Yeah, it opens up. And then ends a little bit over there. Okay. Alright, I got a bit of an idea of what this might be like then. And then I might need some cars for reference. Maybe I'll use this one. This beat up Altima on the side of the highway. Now let me go ahead and launch my cars, or my prop cars server here. My update cars. There we go. This is where all the technical stuff is at anyway. And every time that I update the game within lives, I just go in here and pretty much update the game and publish it every time I finish. So it's going to be really interesting to see the exact additions within the server. Then these are all the prop cars. Everything else in general. And really, this is like everything you would see. This is like pretty much stuff that you would see out here. It's just cars on the side of the road. And the thing is, like, it's so hard to find an actual model Y to add to the server. Because typically a lot of Roblox devs, they don't develop any stable versions, and if they do, they make the transmission on them really hard to operate, or yeah, basically operate. And that shit becomes so freaking hard. Like that, like I remember testing the other day or last week, and I was looking for a free model for a Model Y, since I have the Model X and the Model S or whatever, I believe, the Model S. And like I remember just testing and testing and testing and testing, and it was like, geez, like when am I ever gonna find a stable version of a Model Y? Because as I was saying earlier, I tend to spend half of the time on my studio just looking for different free models to add to the server, and it's for some reason it's hard to find a model Y free model and a freaking Ford Bronco. And mind you, I'm a little happy as well, like talking about Ford, that uh what's it called? Greenville RP got the Ford licensing recently. Yeah, they got the Ford licensing recently, and I kind of commend them on that. I'm actually proud that they did, but I just think for liability reasons, people should stick to, um, just the regular stuff instead of trying to go for licensing. I would just say, personally, in my opinion, people stick to, trying to license their vehicles, and Roblox try to get some commission. I get it. We all want to get paid, but at the same time, it's probably not worth it, I would say. In interface dev? Wait, what is that? Jeez. Make you wise. Yeah, I think I probably do. But yeah, definitely Archimedes does take the... It takes the gold cup with designing stuff. It's gonna take a while to update any of these. Update any of these things. It'll take a while to update any of this stuff, but there will definitely be some updates and additions. Let me go ahead in here and go to my Roblox player real quick. And go to friends. Alright, hold on. How do I find my friends? Alright, let me find your profile. There we go. Is that you? That I just added or accepted your request? So I would like to create like a vehicle UI and what's it called? What's it called? No. Mile UI, I guess. Like miles driven or whatever UI. Let me go ahead and add you as a dev to my thing. Alright, I added you as a dev. You should be able to join in and work on UIs and stuff. I don't know if it works while I might be away. I'm not sure. But if you're able to join in and create UIs, I would appreciate that, man. Cause I am extremely not smart at doing that stuff. Appreciate you, man. Wanna work on the highway. Try to see if I could get these lanes working. And then I'm gonna go ahead and edit the experience on my Roblox here and add you as a developer, or give you a shout out, since it's not only me working on the server anymore. Alright, let me go ahead and add you as a developer. Perfect. Now we have updated the Mile Drive server. And I'm gonna go ahead and go in here and look up if any changes have been added, and hopefully we could get more players playing the game. Let's see here. Yep, perfect. Nice. I literally needed to go in there and just update that. So yeah, we should have the Rock Quarry Road expansion completed by the end of the week. We worked on the Capitol Boulevard Part 1 expansion last week, and that lasted like literally the entire week. And then hopefully expansion part 2 for Capitol Boulevard will what's it called, will make the update. And yeah, in terms of everything else, expansions should be going great underway anyway. The skyline, is going to stay more or less the same. There won't be very much that will be added to it. Like I said, we got the Truist building, the other bank building in the background, really just majorly the entirety of the skyline area. But nothing too major, I would say. Like at the beginning, I feel like the biggest part of the project was probably developing the Truist building, one-to-one rate, scale. Because really, it took me like about 2 or 3 weeks to even develop that one building. And that's what I feel like what really took the majority of time was just that one Truist building. Cause man, it took forever. It took for freaking ever. It's this building right here that took like 3 weeks just to develop it. And it's like not all one piece, it's literally like individual thousands of pieces. And don't worry, I had to make sure that I fully anchored down every piece. And I feel like I could do a better job too, let alone just getting rid of some of these pieces here that are bright on this building to try to level down a little bit of LODs. But I don't even know if that's gonna work. I mean, I should technically in general work on other buildings in the downtown area. Maybe we could go in here and work on a few buildings. So I'm gonna just leave the highway project for tomorrow or the rest of the week. I'm gonna go in here and go to, where am I? Fayetteville Street? Right here. Go in here and work on this building here. Should be a breeze. Let me see. So window. So I need some windows. Let's see here. Yeah, do one of those. Got my bro over there cooking with the UIs. Meanwhile, I'm over here developing other things for buildings within the downtown area. Was going to develop a little more things with the interstate system over here, but decided why not just go ahead and complete some more downtown buildings. But big shout out to my friend Game SFR Q3Y. for helping out with this project that I have here. Got the vehicle UIs and the vehicle spawn point UIs and miles driven UI coming very soon. Thanks to him. And it was a long time too because I didn't really think that anything in terms of UI would come to the server, but thankfully we're finally getting it. Finally getting vehicle spawn point UI or vehicle spawn UI, which should decrease the amount of lag, especially for vehicles that are falling or being added to the world. So that'll be definitely a pretty big step that'll go into developing the server a little better. Because like for a while there, that was my biggest concern was, you know, just the vehicle spawn UI and miles driven UI and really just everything in general, so. And then I think next I'll probably have to get the weather, like a little bit of a weather system going there too, but that'll probably come later. Once I get a bit of a better feeling with you know, the vehicle UI and the miles driven UI, that'll all go pretty good. Got a bit of a team finally coming in here. Let's see, is there any more details? And the thing is, like, I wanted to make everything specific to what I see on Google Maps. But the only issue with that is I can't edit every detail that I see. So it might look a little bit off, but it serves for a fictional reality, really, I would say. So it's kind of always good to play around with things, I would say, personally. So, you know, not all windows will be the same. I mean, some will be, you know, slightly the same, but there will be alterations to what it would be if you were to be in like a different universe, I would say. Let's go ahead and develop some more details. Just gonna go with like a gray, like a darkish gray sort of thing. And I'm a little relieved too. Like I'm like a little relieved because I've been needing to do a little bit of work here on these buildings. So it's been a long time coming, but that's as much as I will probably do with in terms of developing the server is really just the building part. The vehicles were just the beginning, but the buildings are really what needs to be worked on. Okay, there we go. And then for a while there, I did kind of play around with AI vehicles a little bit, but I decided that yeah, it is useful to have, or it'd be nice to have a bit of life, but that'll probably just have to wait. Got a bunch of cars that I have in my server. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it'll get there. I don't have any like sort of rush to finish a server. So not too bad. And the building that I'm working on right now is the new station building in downtown Raleigh. Which isn't going to be accurate because I don't want any of the building owners in real life to be like, hey, why are you copying our building and adding it to your server? And, you know, it's a whole drama fiasco. Just a whole lot of drama. We are working in collaboration with my friend over here. So I'm not the only one developing the server. My friend is over here helping as well. So finally not a one-person job, but a two-person job. And then hopefully the team will grow. The Mile Drive team. And then I do have the Instagram as well up there with all the update logs as of recently, including new vehicles and new cars. The Instagram is Mile Drive Roblox for anyone who wants to check it out. see what new cars been updated and stuff. Hopefully sometime soon we can get the Ford Bronco added to the server, which is better known in my universe in Mao Drive as the Odin Rancherito instead of the Ford Bronco, since I'm really not trying to get sued by Ford. So let me go ahead and show you guys the Instagram that I have of all the stuff that I've added recently. So the consistency of the Lexus, got the Corvette, first ever Corvette of the server, a Mercedes AMG, yellow Camaro, and we've got, I think this is a Mercedes SUV, the SRT, I think this is a Dodge Challenger SRT. The Model Y, I've gotten rid of it since it's kind of weird. You gotta like turn it on like 3 or 4 times in order for it to go into drive. It's just so weird. And then GMC All-Terrain, I believe this is a 2015. And yeah, in terms of everything else, that's the new model. The new models that came out on Saturday. And then obviously you have a better look at the new Chevron Camry, which is basically the Chevy Camaro. And then you got the Kino Sorrentum based on the Kia Sorento. Got Funaki, which is basically Honda in Mao Drive. The Corpus and the Chorus, just the Civic and the Accord. And you got a better look at the Accord and the Civic, and then obviously the Range Rover. And then I got a couple other new models here as well that I'm going to show you guys. Hopefully it loads. Yeah, this is the server's Instagram if you guys want to check it out and be on the look for new updates. Obviously we got the Teo the 188 based on the Toyota R86. The Odin Rancherito, which hopefully one day will be added. And then a few updates to the elevator at the big building I showed you guys earlier. The RS7, which is added I think before my vacation, like 2 weeks ago. And then obviously you got the Hyundai Velostar, which isn't licensed, by the way. It's not licensed yet. And it won't be for a couple years, which has to be renamed. But yeah, if y'all want to go ahead and check it out and follow it, keep track of the updates and stuff, I'd greatly appreciate if y'all checked it out. But yeah, that's the official Mao Drive Instagram. Hoping to eventually, you know, grow a community here for the Mao Drive universe, because there will be more games that will come out soon. I think like a couple weeks ago I did say that I wanted to develop the Charlotte server, Charlotte, North Carolina server someday. I don't know yet though, but someday when I get the Raleigh area finished here. But when it does get here, you best bet I'm gonna work on it. But some of you may be wondering, I've been working on this project for about 3 months now. I've been pretty much active nonstop, working on it ever since, and it's been coming out really, really good. Majority of the buildings are custom. Half of them are pretty much assets that I edited as free models from other creators. And yeah, they are some pretty good models, I would say. Serve their purpose. And I think in terms of lighting as well, I did get a comment a couple of weeks back from a subscriber who did say that I should work on the lighting a little better, since it does tend to get a little bright at night. And I have slowly been working on that. But with time everything will get better. I do have a UI developer in my team, willing to get a couple other people to help out as well if they want to, with better designing the city and stuff while I'm away working and doing other things. But yeah, like this entire portion of Fayetteville Street was pretty much done within the past few months. And to tell you the truth, it was a pretty nice little experience working on it. It doesn't look too realistic, but I try to get it as close as I could to trying to be realistic a little bit. Now, there have been a couple other people that have tried to make a Raleigh server, but I believe these were people that have developed their own versions of it, but they really haven't finished it all that well. And some of those projects are kind of unfinished. But I've seen that the UI is there, but there just hasn't been too much development in those other projects. So I feel like by far the one that I have for a replication of Raleigh is probably like the biggest and most detailed that there is right now. Until eventually there's another developer that catches up and makes more areas, but what I'm willing to do is I want to include the interstates that encircle the entire county of Wake County, which is basically where Raleigh is, and then eventually adding surrounding suburbs and towns and whatnot to the map. But it'll probably be time before any of that comes. I just gotta finish the downtown area and eventually head over to other bigger endeavors outside of the map. I also have to work on the badges. I did develop the icons for badges, but I have to go in and work on the badges for this experience with, coding them and having them in the server. So I think I would probably have to do that on my own time, or probably get my UI friend to help me out with that eventually when he does get done with the other projects. But yeah, this is the news station here, right over here. The WRAL news station. that I'm working on right now that is in downtown Raleigh. Now, I will tell you guys from a first person experience being from the city that I'm currently working on, crime has gone up a lot. And all I really have to say to that is it's not really safe as much as it used to be back in the day, but it definitely has changed. Has changed a lot, and it's not like it used to be a couple years ago. I mean, I feel like Raleigh in general has always been like dangerous and whatnot, but never as bad as it, has become to be, I would say. Because from my own personal experience, I never even, people would ask me, is Raleigh dangerous? Yeah, but not that much. And the thing is, like, I feel like it has more to do with parents not, like looking after their own children. Because I believe on July 4th there was a couple of shootouts in downtown, and they had to start enacting curfews and whatnot. And so yeah, just downtown Raleigh isn't really safe at night anymore, although it is a vibe to walk around and experience the city at night. It's just not as safe as they make it out to be. And then housing is just the epitome because now they're just making a bunch of condos in downtown. It's like Raleigh wants to be downtown Charlotte so badly, but it's just not it. Like it wants to be downtown Charlotte so bad, or excuse me, uptown Charlotte, but it's not. I feel like a lot of local charlatans would probably roast me for that and be like, "Why are you calling it downtown? It's uptown." And I'd be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, same shit." Just like y'all's art district in Charlotte is called Noda, over here we call it Glenwood in Raleigh. Makes no difference really. Freaking Noda. Last time I was in Charlotte, I was in the north of Davidson, the Noda area that I was just mentioning. And it just reminded me of Glenwood, or the Glenwood neighborhood entertainment district here in Raleigh. And man, the bare similarities that they have. And people swear downtown Raleigh has nightlife. It does. It just there's so many college kids in this city that all it really is just a lot of areas that have been pretty much gentrified, which is good. Gentrification is good because some areas that look old, they may not suit a city that well. But man, oh man, sometimes gentrification isn't good. Sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna have to leave from the live for a bit. I will be back. Give me 1 second. Alright, y'all, I am back. I am back. I am back. I have just returned from dropping off my sister at her job. Now we're gonna go ahead and check out what we're doing here. Let's see here. Let me ask him. Gotta check out which vehicles were updated for the miles driven, or the... See what's going on here. Gotta check in and see what vehicles were updated. Cause I got somebody in my somebody on my team that is actively working on miles driven UI and other stuff, but I just gotta see if there's any vehicles that are were updated with the vehicles or the miles driven UI. Because there's gotta be something. Well, let me test it out. Let's see if there's anything new. Because he did say that he was working on the icon. And then I'll probably just work on whatever it is that's over here. Gotta finish that building there. Work on a couple other things, but hopefully it isn't too glitchy. Let me see. Okay, let me exit off of this then. Let me exit off of the play menu. I probably should have tested out then. Yeah, it is a bit laggy. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is a bit laggy, you're right. Alright, let me go ahead and exit out of play mode. Alright, yeah, well, I'm gonna hop off my server. Let me go ahead and invite you to the Discord. I gotta download it again, but yeah, hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Here, what's your user? So I can add you to it. Alright, I'm gonna send it to you through Roblox.